I was always preparing for something bad to happen. Not in a dramatic way. I wasn't constantly panicking or imagining disasters in vivid detail. It was quieter than that. More constant. Like a low hum in the background of my life that never turned off. Growing up, I learned very early that calm was temporary. Good days didn't mean safety. They meant waiting. If my family was laughing, I was listening for the moment it would stop. If things felt peaceful, I assumed it was borrowed time. I didn't relax into happiness because I was always scanning for what might ruin it. Someone's tone changing. A door closing too hard. Silence where there shouldn't be any. My body learned these patterns before my mind ever did. I became the kid who noticed everything. I knew who was in a bad mood the second they walked into the room. I could tell from footsteps whether I should stay quiet or leave. I paid attention to facial expressions the way other kids paid attention to cartoons. No one taught me to do that directly. It just felt necessary. In my family, emotions were unpredictable. Not explosive all the time, just unstable. A small comment could turn into a long lecture. A harmless mistake could become a character flaw. What was forgiven one day might be punished the next. There were no consistent rules, only reactions. So I adapted. I learned how to anticipate. How to prevent. How to manage situations before they could turn into something worse. I'd replay conversations in my head, figuring out what I could have said differently to avoid tension. I apologized quickly, even when I didn't understand what I'd done wrong, because apologies sometimes stop things from escalating. Sometimes. I didn't think of it as anxiety back then. I thought of it as being careful. Responsible. Mature. Adults praised me for it. "You're so aware," they'd say. "You're very thoughtful." They liked that I didn't cause trouble. That I didn't ask for much. That I handled things on my own. What they didn't see was how much effort it took to always be braced. I slept lightly. I startled easily. I hated surprises, even good ones. My stomach was always tight for reasons I couldn't explain. I'd feel relieved when the day ended, not because it was good, but because I'd made it through without anything going wrong. As I got older, the pattern followed me. At school, I assumed teachers were annoyed with me even when they weren't. At work, I waited for criticism that never came. In relationships, I was always preparing for the moment someone would get tired of me. I tried to be easy to love. I didn't ask for reassurance because I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't express anger because anger felt dangerous. I learned how to smooth things over, how to compromise, how to take responsibility for problems that weren't mine. It felt normal. Familiar. Like home. The idea that something bad was always around the corner became part of how I understood the world. If I was happy, I assumed it wouldn't last. If something went well, I waited for the catch. If someone was kind to me, I wondered how long it would be before I disappointed them. I lived in a constant state of readiness. What finally made me notice it wasn't a crisis. It was the absence of one. I was staying with a friend for a while, someone with a calm household. No yelling. No sudden mood shifts. No emotional landmines. The days were uneventful. And instead of feeling relaxed, I felt restless. I kept waiting for something to happen. For tension to build. For someone to snap. My body stayed tense even when nothing was wrong. I felt almost foolish, like I was missing a cue. One night, my friend asked me why I looked so stressed all the time. I laughed it off at first. Said I was just tired. But later, lying in bed, I realized something that made my chest ache. I didn't know how to exist without being on guard. I had spent my entire childhood preparing for emotional impact. Reading the room. Managing other people's feelings. Protecting myself by staying alert. And now that there was nothing to prepare for, my body didn't know what to do. That was when it hit me, this wasn't my personality. It was conditioning. My family didn't mean to give me anxiety as a gift. But they taught me, over and over again, that safety was unreliable. That peace could disappear without warning. That my job was to stay ready. So I did. Unlearning that has been slow. Painfully slow. Even now, I catch myself tensing when things feel good. I still struggle to trust calm. I still feel that old urge to scan for danger, to brace myself, to prepare. But I'm learning something new. I'm learning that not every silence is loaded. That not every change in tone is a threat. That not every good moment needs to be survived. Recovery hasn't been about becoming fearless. It's been about teaching my nervous system that the danger has passed, even when it doesn't quite believe me yet. Some days, I still prepare for something bad to happen. But now, there are moments, small ones, where I notice my shoulders drop. My breath slow. My mind stop racing ahead. And in those moments, I realize how much energy it took to live like that for so long. I wasn't broken. I was trained. And for the first time, I'm learning how to stand down.